The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's call. My name's Helen Fetzer, and this is the Foundation for Elite Health series, and we're talking about aging on the go. So I can see we still have people joining the call, so we'll give you a couple more minutes to get on. Let's see who we've got coming onto the call. So, hey, we've got names that I know. We've got the lovely Liz James, who will be giving the talk tomorrow. Hi, Liz. And some names that I don't know. Linda Swan, hello. Marjorie, hi, how are you? So lovely to have you all on the call. And I see also we have my lovely friend, Nicola Hock, who's on the call. Hi, Nicola, how are you?
I'm really good, thank you. Helen, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Now, before we start,
I can't hear you.
I just would like to clear up a little rumour that I heard. You used
Nicola, would you like to just go ahead and share your story that that Helen was going to ask you this evening?
Drink a whole bottle of Mystify.
Yes, I've got Helen going in and out. Yes, I have to admit that I have drunk.
Oh, we're losing you a bit, Nicola.
Whole bottle of Mystify in a day. I don't do it. I know that the bottles says between 30 and 60 mils a day, but I think you're losing. See, you can get. Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's better. You're fading in and out, my love.
I can't hear you.
No,
Was that better? Oh, good.
Yeah, we can hear you a bit more.
Okay. Yeah, my body really used to crave it. I had cancer 20 years ago, so I've got a lot of free radical damage in my body, and I struggled originally to make a bottle of Mystify last 4 days.
Wow.
So yeah, since I've done the Purify kit, though, I now find that I can go. I choose not to go without it, but I can go without it, and I don't crave it. But I did used to struggle to make a bottle last 4 days, and I have on several occasions taken a bottle in a day.
Wow.
So
That's amazing, because I just have a shot a day, but the 30 mils.
It's great. It can be how damage your body's had, and had a consider. I had 2 general anaesthetics within 24 hours of each other when I had the operation for the breast cancer, and then I had chemo and radio afterwards. So it's been through a lot, my poor body, but it serves me well.
Good. Well, you're looking really.
So I think.
And it's interesting as well.
I think it's very interesting that I thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Nicola, because I have a similar story, but I see we have a few more people on the call. So I'd like to welcome the lovely Lynn Davis on the call, and Samantha, and who else have we got joining? We've got more people joining, and She Watson, and my friend Debbie Williams. Hi Debbie, nice to have you on the call with us today. So we'll give you a few more minutes to join on, but in the meantime, I will tell you my story. I have a similar story to Nicola, but a little bit about me and my background. I actually come from a business advertising agency. I've worked for Intel here in the UK, and I've went to college in bookkeeping business as I felt that I wanted to help a lot more people. But like Nicola, but it was sooner for me, just over 7.5 years ago, I had my final radiotherapy treatment for cancer. I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to have the chemo, and I've made a lot of changes since then. And one of those changes was that I would actually like to go down the route of prevention rather than cure. So I came across Synergy, and like a lot of us, I was a customer first of all, and then I joined the business as I wanted to let the world know about the secret of Synergy. So I can see we have a few more attendees on the call. We have the lovely Kat, and I will now, I think we should continue on about anti-aging and why we all want to stay young and beautiful. And looking from here, I can see that you all are. So, anti-aging. And anti-aging on the go is tonight's call. Elite Health is the pinnacle of wellness where age does not dictate ability. And I think this is how we would all like to see ourselves when we're not having to work full time, that we have the energy to play and do the things we dream of doing, to play the sports that we want to do the traveling, to spend time with family and friends, and to play with our grandchildren without pulling our back or having sore knees from playing too much football. I'm very fortunate in that I live in Oxford and I can cycle to work. Now I have...
the lady from Denmark, the one, I absolutely love that.
I don't know who that was, but welcome to the call. As I say, I'm fortunate enough to live in Oxford and I can cycle to work. Now, I play a game when I'm on my push bike, and that is to see how many other cyclists I can overtake. Now, let's just say I am the wrong side of 50. Some of these people, I am old enough to be their grandmother. And if I overtake them, I give myself 2 points. When they get closer to me in age, it goes down to 1 point. And one time, I actually overtook 2 students who were just ambling along, and I gave myself 25 points because I thought I deserved it. Now, I don't do that just going to work. I do that on the way back after an 8-hour day, and going home is actually uphill. One of the things I've noticed as well, talking about the Mystify, is that during the winter season, so from about October and this time it's through to Easter, when I go into the different offices, people are coughing and spluttering and sneezing. So now, I used to, when I come home, I would have an extra shot of Mystify. But now that we have these gels, I put the Mystify gel into my handbag and I can have one there straight away. I also give them to the people as well, Sometimes they take them, sometimes they don't. And when I go back next month, quite often they're still coughing and spluttering. So we would like to have the pinnacle of wellness, but I think this is actually more reality. We come home from work, we flop in the chair and we watch and we live our lives through watching television. Our joints start to ache, we get stiffness in our hands. And I can remember going up and down the stairs, how my knees and hips used to creak and crack and pop. Now I'm running up and down the stairs and I don't hear a thing. A survey done in 2015 showed that in the UK, for every 100,000 people, there were 148 knee replacements and 183 hip replacements. That's an awful lot of replacements. We have some stress in our lives, but often we put ourselves under stress by trying to be and do too much. As I say, I am the wrong side of 50, and I remember when I first started going to work, if you went away on holiday or had any time off, the office couldn't get in touch with you. Now we have emails and mobile phones, so even if we are away from the office, we still are available to the office 24/7. So we don't actually get any downtime. And our bodies need this. We need to rest. We all know this, but we don't do it. Medication as well. There seems to be a pill for everything these days. If you watch the adverts on television, for your indigestion, your heartburn, your acid reflux, your headaches. Well, there's just so many different types of headache tablets. All of these, if you're popping the pills all the time, surely they cannot be good to you. And I think all of this is a sign of aging, and it's a side effect of free radical damage. It is like the body is rusting, and it's rusting from the inside, causing inflammation, and that is the root, as Jill said last night on the call, about a lot of disease and illnesses. It starts with having too much acidity and inflammation in our body. So we're rusting from the inside. And let's have a look and see what a free radical actually is and what they cause. A free radical is an unstable molecule. It has lost an electron, so it's looking to steal one from another molecule. And as you can see on the slide there, there's quite a few different ways for how you can get. Some of them, like the ozone and infections, we really cannot, we don't have that much control over. But there are some that we do have control over, like smoking. We don't have to smoke, but people do. Diet. We may eat a lot, but are we getting the nutrition that we need from our food? And as I have said about stress, do you have ways that you deal with your stress that you can actually de-stress? And also being careful in the sun. As I said, I had radiotherapy. Luckily for me, I didn't have to have the chemotherapy like Nicola was telling us about, as to why she would drink a whole bottle of Mystify in a day. But I have to say, I was very concerned about my energy levels and my feeling of wellness. It took a long time for me to get my energy levels back, to get my focus back, and to get my concentration back. I found that really difficult. And being a bookkeeper, that was quite hard to have the attention there to be able to do my job properly. So by taking the Synergy products, I have noticed that my energy levels and my focus and just my whole general well-being now is higher than when it was when I had my treatment. Now, the body can, and it does, when needed, make free radicals to fight viruses and bacteria. Free radicals only become a problem when the body doesn't produce or get enough antioxidants. And we have all heard about antioxidants. Oh, you got to have your antioxidants. But what are antioxidants? Antioxidants, an antioxidant is a molecule that will give one of its electrons to the free radical, so the free radical can become stable again without the antioxidant becoming a free radical itself. And it is the sole protection against free radical damage. But where do we get them from? Free radicals occur in plant-based foods. So we need to eat a wide variety of foods. We need to have what I call a rainbow colour of foods in our meals every day. When people say, oh, I've had my veg every day, and you say, what did you have? Oh, I had peas, carrots and sweet corn. And the next day they tell you the same thing. That isn't getting your variety. We need to have a wee bit more variety than that. Berries are a very good source to get your antioxidants, especially the deep red, the blue and the purple colour berries. And we're coming into the berry season now. I'm fortunate enough that I have an allotment, and I'm getting very excited because we have a lot of strawberry plants with a lot of flowers. So I'm hoping to get a lot of strawberries this year. And I'm also hoping to get a lot of raspberries. But the birds like the strawberries and the raspberries just before they're ripe enough for us to eat them. So we always have a little bit of a battle with them to see if we can get some, but fingers crossed we will. For antioxidants, the best combination is to have vitamin C and vitamin E together. This gives you the most effective protection. The reason why this is that vitamin C is a water-soluble vitamin and vitamin E is a fat-soluble vitamin. So the two combined work together and they give you the most protection against the free radical damage. Now, taking berries with you to lunch can be a little bit difficult. How many do you need? How do you not get them squashed? And you have to eat them before they go off. And if you're anything like me, you're going to get yourself covered in juice. Now, I have found an easier way, and that is by taking one of these gels each day. As I said, I just pop one in my bag and I'm good to go. It's no hassle and it's no mess. And they are really good when you're going away as well, on holiday, or if you're away on business too. You just pop them in your suitcase and you don't have the mess. And we noticed this when we went back to America for Christmas, that we would take a bottle of Mistify with us, but it wasn't enough. It didn't last the whole time we were away. So now that we have the Mistify in gels, we can just take a box each and we know that we'll have sufficient to cover us for the time that we are away. And the great thing about these is that they taste really, really nice, really, really fruity. And having one of these gels a day is the same as 3.5 kilos of fruit. So a really good, easy, handy way to do it. And I would just like to quickly highlight one of the berries that's in the Mistify, and that is the acai berry. And I wish it was warm enough to grow grow it here, as I would have one of these palms on the allotment. It is known as the Tree of Life by the Amazons, and they took it before they went into battle to give them the strength and stamina to win the fight. It is full of vitamin C, vitamin A, and vitamin E, plus it has trace minerals. It has some amino acids, and it has fatty acids 3, 6, and 9. So you can see why it is a superfruit. And that is just one of 11 superfruits that we have in the gel. So you can have anti-aging on the go, and you can keep your intake up of antioxidants by having these handy gels. So you can have the pinnacle of wellness no matter what your age. So you can play with your grandchildren, lift them up, play football with them, do all the holidays and trips that you want to do. And one of the reasons why I take these products is because, as I say, we have an allotment, and the old gentleman who has the allotment next to us, old Harry, he's 85 this year, and he is a little bit slower than what he was when we first had the allotment, but he still goes down there every day and he digs his allotment. It's perfect, and he's telling us what we should be doing. And I want to be like Harry when I get to 85, that I'm still digging my own allotment. So I think this is me, and I have given you all the information that I could find on the gels. So what I would like to say, if you have any questions or want to know more information about the products, please do talk to the person who invited you onto the call. And I'd like to take the time now just to tell you about tomorrow's talk, which is Support Your Immune System on the Go. And that's given by the lovely Liz James. Now, I've known Liz now for about 3 years, and I know she's a nutritionist, and she is a very big-hearted, caring lady. She has incredible knowledge about nutrition, and she is passionate about helping people. She wants to help people so they have the best life that they can. And we also have on Sunday evening at 8 p.m, we have the Discover Synergy, and that is with Sue Thomas. And that is, if you want to find out more about the business as a business opportunity, then please join the call then. The person that told you about the call tonight can give you the information about that call as well. I would also like to tell you on, which is really, really exciting, and I'm so looking forward to this, is that on the 9th of June, we have the Business Synergy Business Accelerator Training Day. I had to write that down in big letters because I knew I wouldn't get my mouth around it. So we have the Synergy Business Accelerator Training Day, and this is in London. No, it's not in London. I don't know why I said London. It's in Birmingham, and I have my ticket, and I hope to see you all there. I would just like to say thank you all for joining me tonight, and I really appreciate that you've taken the time out to join us on these, and it just leaves me to say good night and have a good evening. Thank you.